All right, we are live. This is another funny podcast, episode 14. I am your host, Big Lee. This is my co-host.
I'm Brittany. What's up?
And I'm on the West Coast. Brittany, how you been?
I've been all right. How's everything on the West Coast?
It's cool. It's wet, rainy out here, cloudy. The weather's supposed to get nice next week or this week coming up. So we're going to look forward to that. But since I've been out here, it's been nothing but clouds and rain.
But
But
you've still
fun.
been outside, right?
Yeah, I've been having some fun. Did an open mic, a day party, just bars and clubs and stuff, trying to have some fun. This weekend has been pretty chill and relaxed on the inside, but that was last week. And
That's because you was excited. So you was like, I'm about to be out here now. Now
yeah,
you
and I
settled
was
in a little bit.
I was downtown. I was like downtown Portland in a hotel. Now I'm in my Airbnb for a little while, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes away from downtown Portland. So, everything was kind of really walking distance down there and everything. So, yeah, but when the weather gets nice, I'm going to do some more exploring. It's a lot of like trails and waterfalls and nature parks and everything else that I'm interested in out here. And, hopefully some more parties and clubs and everything because I'm going to be out here for a little while.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you been back in the gym working out or you just been out there playing?
Nah, like I did that the first week. I switched my gym membership. Well, I went ahead and upgraded to the joint that I could use countrywide because I figured when I go
Yeah.
back home for a while, I might, I'm going to want to work out. So, I might as well. So I upgraded and I've been back in the gym, since I've been out here. I really
Okay.
haven't missed any days for real, since I've been out here. So yeah, been catching up on movies too. I caught up on the Creeds, y'all. For the people who said I had to watch that, I watched the first two. I still got to see the third one, but I have seen the first two and they were good. I enjoyed them. I watched Respect on the Plane. That was pretty good.
What's
And I
that?
seen the Aretha Franklin joint with Jennifer
Oh,
Hudson.
okay.
And then I seen the first the two Sonic movies since I've been out here. So I've been watching a
yeah.
lot of movies and catching up on stuff like that. And time has been messing me up out here. It's been a little bit weird. 3 hours before basketball starts so early, like it was like it was like it wasn't even
Like,
1 o'clock and I had
4
already
o'clock?
missed it. Yeah, it wasn't even 1 o'clock. I had already missed the game. I was like, dang, the Knicks game over already? That's crazy. I'm just waking
Like you
up.
wake up
I'm
for breakfast.
Right, like the Knicks and breakfast. I never imagined basketball and breakfast. That's real weird for me, but
Yeah.
I guess I got to get used to that.
So
That
how
would
did
mean
you,
football is even worse.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So how did you end up finding out or at least getting set up with the open mic? How'd that work out?
I literally just Google open mics in downtown Portland, and the bar came up. So I went there a couple days before. The mic was on a Friday. I went there a couple days before to verify the information because it was right around the corner, and they was like, yeah, they do mics on Fridays here. So went there, did like a 4 minute set, got the host to follow me, and I ended up having a show on. I have a show out here on the 30th now.
That's what's up.
So yeah, what you been up to though?
It's been a busy week. I had 3 shoots in the last week. One Sunday, one Tuesday, one Friday. I've been beat. So the first one was like a senior. She was graduating from college. So that was dope. And then I had a maternity session that was on the beach. So that was nice. And then an engagement session for my first wedding that's coming up in May, Memorial Day weekend. So I already got 2 of the galleries done. I've been busy and then closing out at my current job, putting together some turnover stuff because I start my new one on Monday. So I'm excited to be going in the office for probably the first week or so just to see people and put some, names to faces and get some turnover information. And then I'll be back in the house working. And then I did attend the National Cannabis Festival, even though it kind of got rained out. But we made it in there. We made the best of it. After we kind of went up Adams Morgan, chilled out, got some food, walked around, and into some different spots. And then I went back to RFK, and I got to see Juicy J perform. I was a little confused by his performance because at first I didn't know if it was him. Like Juicy J ratchet, and I know he ratchet, but it was a little too much. I was just like, that can't be him. That got to be like a DJ or somebody performing his songs. Yeah, like he was real ratchet. He was just telling them to get on stage, just to show some, you know what, called girls bees. I was just like, is he on something? Because I would think at his big age, I'm like, if he's not already 50, almost 50, it wouldn't be that bad. And this ain't even the type of event that called for that. This ain't, you know, Freaknik 2023 or something. Like, I don't know. But it was him. And then and the 2 Chainz was after that, but we was leaving when 2 Chainz got on stage. So, but yeah, that's about it.
That's cool. That's cool. Do these maternity shoots make you want to have another one?
Hell no. What? I give it to the women because I've had women like, oh, I want to come to you in my maternity shoot. I think you'll make me feel comfortable. And I'm like, yeah, that's the best thing is to come to somebody who's going to make you feel comfortable. Because I don't like being pregnant. That's why you won't find no pictures of me on the internet of me being pregnant. Like, even when I had Nadia, those albums that I had, they all like on Facebook, they all like only I can see them, so nobody else can't see them. I don't know. I don't like what pregnancy does to the body. It just changes. It's too long. But that, you know, I don't want.
But what about the benefits afterwards, though? The child, raising the child, the family, all of that.
It sounds nice, right? When we think of like the American dream, but there's some real stuff behind it where it's like, it's hard. And I got to do this every day. You know, I can't just like give up because I'm a parent. Like, and these kids ain't asked to come here. I got to do this every day. So, hell no. Seeing nobody being pregnant, taking their pictures, that does not make me want to have another one. No. At all. But you don't have none, so.
No, I don't. That's why I packed up and moved over to the West Coast.
Trying to get away from it. They was trying to lock you down?
Nah, I just I needed a change of scenery, man. You know, I ain't never dated outside the DMV, so I think my wife might be on the West Coast somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I went to Seattle, too, so I'm searching.
But the thing with the Pacific Northwest is what you'll find out, the West Coast is different from East Coast anyways. But I think you'll find out they a different type of us. And you're going to miss us on the East Coast. Just culturally, just the way we talk and think and how we interact with each other is different.
Yeah, it's they got a slogan, keep Portland weird. And okay. You know, it's a little weird and odd out here. But it's been fun. I could say that the people are really, really nice. They've been really, really nice to me, and a few good restaurants I ate at, some good food and stuff. And the city is pretty clean. They got like places where you can recycle cans out on the side of the street and like get paid for it. And inside the Target and stuff, you can go in there and recycle cans and get money for it. So, you know, it's really clean and progressive, but
yeah, they super liberal out there. That way, that Pacific, the whole area, Portland, Seattle, but also they are heavily white.
Yeah, I want to spend some more time in Seattle. We weren't there long, just for like an hour or so. I gotta take that drive. It's only a couple hours. Take that drive back up there. Yeah, gonna move on. We got a jam-packed show. Our first topic. Kansas City, Missouri. Ralph Yarl, a 16-year-old African-American boy, was shot twice by an 84-year-old white man named Daniel Lester after he accidentally rang his doorbell. Yarl's mother says Yarl's mother says he was sent to the family member's house to pick up his siblings when he got the streets confused. He was a block away and he rang the wrong doorbell. Investigators say Lester shot twice through the house's front glass door, striking Yarl twice. He walked 3 more houses before he was able to get help until he passed out. The family says despite a long road ahead of him, Yarl is expected to make a full recovery. They describe him as an academically gifted student who has plans to study chemical engineering at Texas A&M. This was a bright kid. He had a lot more other college offers. I just wanted to put that out there before they try to spin the block on him and say some other crazy stuff or put the bad pictures out or whatever. This dude, this kid was not that. He wasn't looking for anything. He just made an honest mistake. And this was just an old guy, an old white guy who I guess you can say been influenced by things over his time to be scared of a 16-year-old black dude ringing his doorbell. Yeah. Brittany, what you think about the situation?
I'm a little numb to it because it's America. Like, this is America. It doesn't shock me. I think because of like social media and the influence and the way that news can spread rapidly nowadays, we hear about these stories and it seems like it's more often, but I'm pretty sure it's always been going on. There's even stories that don't even make national news. So I'm just numb to it, but I am glad that, the young man is still here with us, and his family still has him around, because it could have been another situation like Trayvon, Martin, and the other, young black men that we have lost due to racist issues and tensions and stuff going on in our country here. So that's all I can say. I'm just happy that he could pull through. He probably has a long recovery, but I'm hoping that he could take advantage of some of those college offers that he got in his future. So.
Yeah, he is definitely a miracle. That's really why I wanted to shine light on this, is the fact that he is a survivor and expected to make a full recovery at that. Not only, a full, not only is he a survivor. Yeah, man, this is America. I guess I'm kind of numb to it. It's funny because Portland or Oregon is an open carry state, and I was thinking about damn, if I move out here, I'll get. But I was like, hell no, ain't no way my big black self walking around with a gun on my hip in Oregon, man.
Why would you not want to, though, for certain situations like that?
I would want to for certain situations like that, but then I wouldn't want to for just because the image that comes behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So it's almost like damn if you do, damn if you don't. So
exactly.
Why not carry? But that's why you should carry, because it's like, would you rather be in a situation where you would, need it and not have it?
I haven't been in that situation yet, so. Well, I haven't been in Oregon long. I haven't been in Oregon. Maryland is an open carry. So.
My husband has his concealed carry, and he carries. Now that he has it all the time, pretty much, except for certain situations where he can't carry. And then most of the time when he goes to work, his job, a lot of those men in there carry. So he'll leave it in the car. He don't even take it to work because he knows it's enough of us in here that carry. I don't need to take it into work or anything like that. But I would rather be in a situation to have it than to not have it. Yeah. Because you just never know. You never know. But I get it. I get as black people, we feel a certain type of way, right? Like, because it was a situation, I can't even think of the gentleman who got shot and killed by the police, or was he paralyzed? I can't even remember. But he was shot in his car with his girlfriend and or wife. I'm not sure of the status. But he was legally able to carry.
Right.
So I get why you have fear of that and being in those situations.
Right.
But I would rather have the protection in my own hands than to not have it.
I just feel because of my size, somebody always either gonna ask me to help them lift something or they're gonna be scared. That's always what I think. Like I was in IKEA the other day, and this white lady was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "You need help lifting something?" She was like, "No, I don't need help." She was like,
"You need help lifting."
I was like, "You need help," because I'm in a furniture store. And she asked the biggest, blackest person here. I just know she need me to help her lift the couch or some shit like that. But she was like, "No," and then she just went on this rant about how her husband wouldn't want her to buy this, and I'm like, "Why did you?" I don't know, but yeah.
Hold on, so she was venting to you, but what did she want you to tell her it was okay to buy it?
She didn't even ask. She was just like, "If I bought this, my husband would da 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 da." I'm just like,
she was okay. Looking to talk to. That
Okay.
is random as hell. Like I
Random.
would have thought like she would have asked for help or asked what your opinion was. And it was none
Neither.
of that.
Nothing. She just was my husband with this, and I thought she needed help. Like, you need some help? She was like, no. I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, but yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just big and black, and I just feel like they're gonna be scared of me regardless, with or
But
without the weapon, and the weapon would only make it worse.
yeah, we know how they've been in fear of us anyways, and try to take us out. But that's why I think you should maybe reconsider it. But I truly understand because as a black female myself, I think I went to go slap my husband on the belly and I felt it. I'm like, why do you have that? And he was like, why not? And I'm like, but where are we going? Like, why do you have that? Do you need that to go where we're going? Like, we were going on our shoot for Friday, our engagement session. And I get it. Why he's just like, well, why not? And I'm like, but why? I don't know. So,
Right.
but we was going to their land, their family land, and it's acres. I mean, black on acres of land. But you just never know. It could have came across anybody because it was in the backwoods of Charles County. I've never even been back there. It was just like 6 miles down this road, 5 miles down this road. Where the hell are we? I'm surprised we had cell phone service. So you never know. Anybody could have came out with pitchforks and white caps and stuff, white hoods.
Yeah.
So where we was, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you should consider it though.
Yeah, I think about it from here long enough. Maybe we'll see.
You can always, there's like the Utah, I think, license that allows you to carry. It's a lot of training, but allows you to carry in various different states. And then Maryland, you can now carry without having to prove all these different circumstances that you need to carry. So.
Yeah, I know Maryland switched it up. I don't have any criminal record either, so it would be real easy for me to do.
Unless they mess you up and think you're your daddy.
That is an issue, but I don't know. I think I'm about to stop going by the third now and just be Leon Little for now, just to try to get rid of all foolishness.
You don't think that's gonna mess it up?
I don't know. I mean, the other two is gone, so hopefully not. It is just one now.
I don't know.
The third is it's just too much. It's like I don't know. I just feel like it's too much, and I don't think I will. I don't think I'm going to name my son the fourth anymore. So.
What?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore.
That's why when you said like it's too much, I'm like, wait a minute, because I remember we had this talk like in high school that you was gonna name your son the fourth.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. We could talk off camera about why, but I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore.
I just thought it was too much any damn way, but whatever. All right, we can move on to the next topic. So you probably heard about it because the internet was in a frenzy over this situation. And then when I kind of dug a little deeper and found out what the reason why, I'm like, I don't know if the wife was a gold digger. But there was a 24-year-old millionaire soccer player in our country, but football player in other countries. I think his name, I don't want to mispronounce it, but I'm going to try, is Oshcraft Hakimi. So he might be like the Moroccan version of Kevin Samuels. City Boys is up like by 1,000 points because of this. So I guess he executed like one of the coldest like plays off the field in forever. He basically put all his assets, his money, his homes, his cars, and his mama's name. And so he has a wife, or I guess an ex-wife now, Hiba Abuk, which is a Spanish actress, now estranged wife of the soccer player. She went to a French court to seek a divorce and half of the footballer's wealth after news of his alleged involvement in a RAPE case. However, the reports say that she will be left with nothing because everything was uniquely placed in his mother's name. So there's been some stories that came out afterwards that believe that all of his assets has always been in his mother's name. So it wasn't like it was a move strategically, to place everything in his mama's name before the divorce happened. But they had stated that he's been the sixth highest paid African footballer, earning more than $200,000 weekly. Even though everything is his mom's name, he's reportedly worth over $70 million. So what do you think? You think he's grimy, or is this like how every man should do? Hide your money, y'all.
First of all, y'all, we gotta stop. Like, there's middle ground for stuff. Everything not for everybody is what I'm saying. So, I don't think every man should do that. But they weren't even married long, right? It was like 3 or 4 years, right?
They got married in February 2020, so just over 3 years.
Right. So that's kind of crazy to think that you're just gonna walk away with a bunch of money in that little bit of time.
But here's the thing.
But
she only filed for divorce because of the allegations.
Right. Because of the allegations. But like you said, he been playing football since he was young, so the money might have been in his mother's name the whole time.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what it sounded like, because when I found out he had been playing football since like 15 or 16 years old, or soccer since like that, since that time, I was like, yeah, that sounds like the money was already there. But here's the thing, if you do that and then something happens to your mom, or because most likely children outlive their mom. If something happens to your mom and you got siblings, then that money goes to your siblings or something crazy, right? I was
thinking that, unless they specifically had some type of like something in a will, or if he was like the beneficiary on every single thing, then it's like, okay, well, once you go to probate, everything comes back to him.
Right.
But I don't know if he is the only child or not. But it probably was a situation where it's always been in his mama's name. Now, with that being said, I don't know if the wife, allegedly, he was, accused in a RAPE case. And I think the wife was like, well, you've been bringing women into our home. Even if you didn't do that, you've been bringing women into our home while me and the kids be going on vacation, all this other kind of stuff. So maybe she was just like, all right, I'm going to go get him for everything that he got, or half of what he got, and decided she wanted to pull the plug. But I'm wondering if she had known everything was in his mama's name, would she have divorced him?
Right. That's another good question. Like, like if you would have known that ahead of time,
waited it out to see what the case would have ended up being. Would you have waited it out, or would you have been like, let me go ahead and put a divorce now? Like, I think for him to be a millionaire, she might have waited out just to see how it would have played out.
Right. And like I said, this is not for everybody, okay? This is not for everybody. Some of y'all moms will take the money as well. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This ain't for everybody to do.
And then you go and ask mama for that, and she like, nah.
I'm not
coming up off of that at all.
Right. So this is not for everybody. So this is a situation where this worked out for him. We don't even know if this is going to work out for him because of the other cases or whatever. But this is a situation, a special situation for him, not for everybody else.
Yeah, the wife is 36 and he's 24, so she definitely a cougar. That's 12 years.
Right.
So it might have been something too there. That's why I just, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about, even though it's not for everybody, what do you think about prenups and stuff in general?
Again, it's a circumstantial situation. Like, everybody don't need a prenup. Both of y'all coming in there with nothing but the shirts on y'all back. What the hell you signing a prenup for?
In case I make it big and then you try to take it from me afterwards. I don't know.
Nah, I mean, then I guess you need to sign the prenup then, but or something. But I think everybody need to sit down and have that situation, that talk, with yourself. But also ask yourself, if you got to ask them to sign a prenup, then are they worth the marriage or whatever? Is marriage worth it at that point in time, or can y'all just have the ceremony and say that you're married?
We like to think that people get married because they're in love, or they fall in love, and it's just based on love. But we know why marriage is a thing. It is a business deal at the end of the day. So if you want to protect your own assets, I can see why some people go ahead and come up with a prenup. It could be a little piece of the pie. Like, I just created this before we got together, and I just want to make sure I walk away with this.
But if that's the case, why even do the marriage? Just have a ceremony. Y'all don't have to sign the papers or nothing like that. And don't nobody got to know that y'all ain't signed the papers. Y'all could do the big old ceremony and fake the whole thing, and only y'all know.
There's so many more financial benefits that come with being married, which is why a lot of people do it. Look at taxes. Okay, I just filed taxes. I don't know if you did your taxes. The deadline was just last week. Yeah, but I filed taxes. And I remember the first year we did taxes, my husband was like, I thought you said it was supposed to save us some money. I was like, nigga, I thought so too.
Yeah, man. I know.
So, I mean, people look at it for like, okay, we could get on each other's insurance. Well, we ain't millionaires. Millionaires don't got to worry about insurance plans. But for the old regular people like us, we can get on each other's health insurance. We got to worry about paying two separate, premiums. Buying a house together, fixing up each other's credit. Like, it's financial benefits to getting married.
I guess. I mean, it's also obviously it's non-financial benefits too if you gotta have them sign a prenup. So
yeah,
you gotta make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all circumstantial. You gotta look at your circumstances and decide whether the prenup is good for you, whether putting it in your mama name is good for you, or whatever the situation might be. Or maybe even if marriage is good for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't need to get married right now or whatever. But everybody don't go putting everything in their mama name. I don't think that's a smart idea, okay, folks?
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either, man. Why? Because some of y'all mamas gonna be on this Freaknik documentary and they mad about it. That's why you shouldn't put it in your mama name.
Right.
Because they about to pull up on Hulu. Is it out? I don't know if it's out.
No, I think it's still something that's in the works. Hell no, it ain't out. I think they gotta get a lot of like clearances and stuff to get.
Right.
Okay, but I'll let you go ahead. It's
real short and simple. Hulu teased the upcoming documentary, Freaknik. It's a Black spring break festival from the 90s that took place in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's produced by Uncle Luke. Recently, a group of black professionals, including one politician and a judge, have gotten together and lawyered up in hopes to stop the release. One mother of three is making more than $1 million a year. She says that the documentary shows her in an unflattering way.
But how does she know? Unless they've already like reached out to everybody who's in these like videos and clips or something like that. Like, how do you know? Or you're just assuming I was shaking my ass. I know I'm on one of those clips. They're going to throw me in a documentary.
I don't think it's an assumption. You know if you were shaking your ass at Freaknik or not.
But you don't know if people still got those tapes, though. Like, this is at a time where, unless it's like, Kanye West or you out here pay people to get your laptops and stuff back, how do you know? Speaking of him, I seen a clip with him. He is out there with the phone, and him and Lil Flip was recording at one of the Freaknik clubs.
I seen that, and that's where I think they have like already released some footage or something, or maybe because the documentary, people know the documentary is coming out, they're like posting videos on social media, hoping to get those videos on the documentary. Yeah, I feel like, which is kind of sort of, we don't have to go right into it, but combines with our next topic. I feel like it's got to be some way for them to digitalize or, do something with the faces as far as AI is gone to where they could still show the videos but not have the people's faces there.
Because I think it's something that we need to see. I want to see it.
For the culture.
Exactly. And then, so speaking of the culture, I wanted to go back because I did do some reading up on Freaknik. I think at its height it was in the 90s, but it was actually something that started in the early 80s.
Right.
And it was named after the song "La Freak" by Chic. Like, if you think about it, that's like a disco type track. You know the song?
Yeah, La Freak.
Yeah. So you're not thinking about what we know as Freaknik, like girls shaking ass and stuff in the streets, popping whatever on top of the cars and stuff, because if that's what it was named after, you're like, that's probably the music that it was listening to.
Yeah, that's what they were shaking their ass to back then.
But probably not as bad as it was in the 90s, and I think that's the reason why it ended up becoming, getting canceled, because a lot of stuff just started happening and women were being, sexually assaulted, and it was just getting reckless. It was getting real reckless because it ended up starting out as something that was real small. I think about 8,000 or so participants growing to like 300-something thousand participants. So it probably got out of hand, and Atlanta was like, nah, we not trying to deal with this. They come in here and they acting real ratchet and other things is going on. But I would like to see it for the culture. Like, they can blur our faces and all that.
I definitely want to see it for the culture and bring back Freaknik too. But you know, I mean,
I think those type of events could never happen in today's time.
I don't. I think they already are. Like these music festivals, Coachella, and all of these other
No,
festivals and stuff
that
like
is not the same.
But like not at Coachella, but these events that's leading up to Coachella or these other music festivals that's right up like the weekend, these clubs and stuff that's having these parties and stuff. That's the same thing, man.
No, it's not. Just because people was partying out here dancing and having a good time, but it's not the same as like girls going wild. Like it's not the same.
I mean, I wasn't there in the 90s. So.
I mean, they still be having them type of parties. Like I know you remember, probably not too long ago. I don't know if it was during COVID times, but it was like the whole cucumber stuff that was going on, and girls was doing dumb stuff with cucumbers. So they still had them type of parties. I think a lot of them probably have like some NDAs and all that, or some exclusive, you know, invites only that you can come to the party and stuff like that. They still have them, but it ain't broadcasted to anybody and everybody can come and just do everything because we got technology that's recording every single thing and it can just easily hit the internet.
Right, and that's the thing. Like it's I feel like it's worse documentaries to come from. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all worried about Freaknik. I feel like it's some other documentaries that's going to come in the future that might rattle things up. DMV, they're going to have a bounce beat documentary. And some of y'all going to be on that joint wilding out.
I can see that. Because if Freaknik is like the one big documentary for the culture, I can see a little spin-offs of other different things that, you know, we could be talking about. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the 90s in the DMV DC area where I can see them doing some little joints, especially at the Go-Go's.
The 90s and the early 2000s, all the way up. Like, I would say up until like 2010, 2012 type of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff happened and a lot of stuff was caught on camera back then because that's when the cameras was getting popular. They were getting really clear. They should have probably gonna mess around, have an HBCU documentary back then from back then.
Yeah. But I would think that Hulu, because it's been stirring up some stuff, I think Hulu would probably do something where you have people more so like a normal documentary. You got guests on there, you got them speaking, doing confessionals, stuff like that. But then the little clips that you're showing is probably going to be some people in a distance, some people just riding on top of cars, stuff like that. But like not face-wise, you can see what's going on. Because we didn't see some of the pictures. Some of wild with the police officers, with the girls spread it open and stuff. Like some of that stuff is wild.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They can figure out a way to digitalize the faces or something, but that doesn't stop the people who own other people who have the videos from posting them or whatever. So, you know.
Yeah.
Just beware.
Crazy. Should have thought about that. It might come back.
Right. Just beware.
Yeah. So the next topic, Universal Music Group calls AI music a fraud and wants it banned from different streaming devices. So, for those who don't know, Universal Music Group, they're kind of in charge of representing some of the biggest stars. Nicki Minaj is one, The Weeknd is another, and you can, go on and on. So they sent letters to Spotify, Apple Music, and other streaming devices asking them to block AI platforms from training on their melodies and lyrics of some of their copywritten songs. So AI music learns by either training or looking through the internet, through libraries of music that is given to AI by humans. So humans are feeding AI this information. So Universal says it's not against the technology itself, but rather that AI is so advanced it can recreate melodies and even musicians' voices in seconds, which could otherwise generate some type of revenue. And I think that's what they worry about, is generating revenue. So have you seen some of the AI generated, videos, songs, covers? Because there was a couple out there that sound just like the artist.
Yeah, I heard the Drake and the Weeknd joint. I actually kind of like that joint. But I do feel like they got to ban it though, because you can have fake music for by artists. Like they can literally make the artist sing about whatever, anything. Yep. And then, the song come out and he wake up the next morning and you know how cancel culture is. Now Drake is canceled because he's singing about something that he didn't even know about. Right. So they got to find out. They just got to ban it. It can't happen. Yeah. I don't think that can happen.
Drake has spoke out on it because there was one where they used his voice to rap an Ice Spice song, mm-hmm. and he was like, "Yeah, this is getting out of hand." Mm-hmm. But I think that, with that being said, they do have to do something about it. And I think the U.S. has written some copywriting laws and stuff to try to help protect it. But who's to say that Universal won't do shit like this? Won't use AI technology to then create music based on artists that they have signed to them. Like, who's to say that they wouldn't use it?
Well, yeah, I think that could happen, especially if if it's in a contract or whatever. Like if the contract say that you got to give me a certain amount of albums and you don't, and you not mm-hmm. putting out any music, we can just
Or there's some little clause in there or something that they might have put together nowadays, and some lawyers might not be so hip, but they slid it into that contract, and then they can use AI technology to recreate music in the likeness of the artist and then generate some type of revenue. So I think they just mad, honestly, because it's like it's other companies doing it. But I think if they can find a way to do it, they will.
Yeah, I mean, but that's business. Like you said, they mad because they could potentially be losing money off of it. And you know what? If I was working at Universal, I would be mad about that too. I would feel like you're literally stealing my artist. Like, mm-hmm. So yeah. I can understand their frustration there, and I can also understand the artist's frustration because you're faking my music. Yeah. That's why I said it got to be under control. The whole AI thing, it got to have, it's limitless, so it has to,
mm-hmm.
somebody.
There's no regulations right now.
Right, it's crazy. My manager that was out here with me was trying to hit me to ChatGPT, and I was like, I'm trying to get him, but I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's a little bit freaky, to be honest. So
what is it?
It's like it automates. You can write books with it, or like you can freaking. He was showing me how it summarizes emails, and it'll summarize meetings and stuff like that. Like he'll have it.
You said it's called
ChatGPT.
Okay. Yeah.
And
it's an app or like a website or something.
I'm not. Yeah, I think it might be an app, or I don't know, but I know what it does. You put information into it, and it does stuff for you. Like you could tell it to write a book, or you can have it like he has it running, I guess, in the background of meetings, and then at the end of the meeting, it'll summarize the meetings, and it knows everybody in the meeting's voices and everything else.
See, but that's not good either because you do have to have permission to record other people's voices.
That's what I'm saying.
So I remember when I was in college, I had a pen. That will record while I write. So I could click depending on where I write at, and then it will play whatever the teacher was speaking about. Mm-hmm. Just so I could kind of, especially in physics, because physics and like chemistry was kicking my ass. So I needed to know what he was saying at that time. Mm-hmm. But even then, I can get in trouble for recording my professor's voice without their permission.
Right.
So even though he thinks it's good to use as far as like a workflow or being efficient at his job, you got to be careful with that too.
Right. And see, I don't know, man. I seen iRobot, so that type of shit freaked me out.
Listen, and then there was one robot, I don't know if you saw, where a human was trying to touch his nose, and it was kind of like looking back, like backing up, like, don't, like, it was like, you are in my space, you're invading my space. And I don't like it. Don't touch my nose, kind of thing. And I was like, not the robot. Like, but we're feeding him this information. This is how humans will act in the situation. So you should. It's crazy. It's scary. Right. But I'm also thinking, like, could this also be a reason that artists are selling their rights and shit away? Like, do they feel like they won't have control over their own music in 20 plus years? Like, get the money now.
Yeah, that could be. I would one thing that I would try to use ChatGPT to help me with is I'm writing I think I told you I'm writing a mini series, mm-hmm. and I feel like I could use it to help me write a couple episodes of that joint. Yeah, like I heard of people like writing books in like 3 minutes or some shit on there. Like you just put in what you want the book to be about, and ChatGPT will write you the book. So
Okay, so you put in probably like some words or some themes and all this other kind of stuff,
yeah,
and
like I'm writing a mini series, and this is episode such and such about such and such and such and such, and then boom, it will put out an episode for me.
that's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah.
I don't know.
I might use it. And the email thing is interesting too because I'm about to be getting a whole lot more emails and everything else. So it will probably be interesting with summarizing some of the work emails too. So I don't got to keep opening them up and reading them all and stuff like that.
That just sounds so lazy.
You work
to
for the
me.
government, so I mean.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. You don't even get half of the emails that I get in a day.
I'm sure
And they ain't even got the type of context, so you just sound real lazy.
That's cool. I'm okay with that.
Nigga was like, I ain't used to this. Like,
Nah, my stepdad taught me to work smart, not hard. So
I work smarter. Like a lot of the shit, I just file, like, or not file. My inbox is ridiculous because if it's important enough, they'll send me another email again if they really need the answer. But then I'll get so many emails that's not even important information. It's just like situational awareness type stuff. Or if I'm not on a 2-line, I ain't really responding. Like if you CC me, unless it's something in there specifically says like Brittany to do, or if I'm like, oh y'all struggling, y'all might need my input, I ain't responding. I'm gonna read it file, because I don't have no action. I do not go above and beyond all the time. Like it's just certain situations because the government will work you and then replace you.
Any job would do that. Any job would do that.
Any job would do that. So, these niggas ain't even really telling me a goodbye. I mean, some people on my team, but not my 14. But I know he was pissed. I ain't talked to him since I told him I was leaving. I know he was pissed, but I don't give a damn. The whole new team that I'm going to, they already super organized. I'm already meeting with them. They are organized. It was just like they using Teams, so they got little trackers and everything. It was like these are the people that's coming on board, and it was like my name. It's like she's in progress. These people are completed. These people are due to come in at such and such. Like they just super, organized in advance. And I'm ready to be gone because I feel like it's just a fresh restart. Like you got a restart, and I got a fresh restart too. So. Yeah. Oh, but to close out, I wanted to follow up with, we had talked about the TikTok ban. And so supposedly Montana has passed a law to ban TikTok on actual personal devices, so not government devices, personal devices. And I believe it's supposed to start in January 2023. Last I know, it was at the governor's office for him or her to sign. I'm assuming it's a him. But yeah, so that's crazy. So basically, if you already have TikTok downloaded on your personal device, your grandfathered it in. They can't do anything about that. But if you are trying to download it after the fact, you won't be able to because you won't be able to access the app on your Apple Store or your Google Play Store or whatever other devices you have. And I think Florida has banned it on government devices, which I'm sure, I think federal probably already have it banned on their devices anyway. But I think it's something that they might try to figure out another way. If they can't do it at a federal level, I think states are trying to figure out how to ban, especially those red ones, those red states.
Yeah, and that's always how they do it. Can't get it on the federal level, ban it on the state level, or whoever wants to ban it on the state level.
Yeah.
How they do with weed.
Ain't never stopping nobody from going to somewhere else and downloading it, but.
Okay, didn't they say they would? You can like go to jail if you get a VPN or something and try to download or access it or something.
Probably if there's like a workaround, but I would think if you leave out of state and you ping it off of a different type of tower or something, you can download anything then, and then your grandfathered into it again, and then you come back in. But I don't think you could just access it while you're in that state. And who the hell? Nobody really live in Montana anyways. They probably ain't going nowhere. That's probably why they okay with it. Like it's like that little small town people. They don't really leave.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, going to another state and downloading. That just sounds like
I mean,
a lot.
it ain't even that. It does, and it's not. It's just ridiculous at that point. Just download it now if you really want to have it before the ban comes in.
But then when you said that, I thought about like if you upgrade your phone or something, and you got to get a new phone, then boom, you stuck. You got to keep going on TikTok on your old phone.
Yeah, because you can't download it no more.
Yeah, so upgrade all your phones.
I wonder if you could access Can you access TikTok on the web, or is it only an app?
I don't think they have it. Yeah, I don't think they have an actual like website. I think it's only an app.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting wild out here, but I'm gonna check out this GPT stuff. Listen,
I bet Nadia know what it is.
She probably, I don't know, her little ass bouncing around here. She probably still up, but I'm just curious because all the thoughts and stuff that I got going on in my mind, like I might be able to really do some shit with it.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah.
See, I already feel like I'm thinking evil. Like this is just, I don't know. But then it's software, so I feel like I gotta do some digging and read about it. And it's too much, but I don't want to give away too much. Because then you give AI information, and then it teaches AI further. So
right, that's the scary part. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. Like you tell it stuff.
And then how do you protect it? Do you have copyrights to whatever is created? Like does it belong to you, or does it belong to the company?
Yeah, that too. But that conceal and carry ain't gonna help you against no AI. I tell you that. That's definitely.
You know what? But speaking of that though, like weapons and stuff, I did hear somebody had used, as a story I came across, somebody had used AI to like act like they had kidnapped somebody's daughter and asked for a ransom, and then the lady had sent the money. Come to find out, the daughter wasn't even kidnapped. It was AI technology that the criminal had used to con her out her money.
See what I'm saying? See?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Well, it's limitless. Like I said, AI is limitless. So
yeah,
they got to find out a way to limit it.
I saw even yesterday. It was somebody had used AI to create a celebrity. Listen to this, a celebrity concrete eating contest. Like it was just like, why? Why? It was like Kanye West eating concrete. Like it was just
like videos.
Why? Like pictures. So it was like AI pictures of them like eating concrete, like different celebrities.
See, now that's defamation. Like, like all of that.
It looked like a little artificial intelligence. It looked a little too much, but I'm sure some of it. I mean, we see it in movies and shit now with like all the effects and stuff, computer generated stuff. So I'm sure that was probably just a sloppy little software. But there's some softwares that look just like the people, and you'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I don't know, but if not, they might use AI to go ahead and do this freak deep. Like, y'all don't want to be in it? Oh, all right.
Just AI to faces, you could still have a real booty shaking or whatever, but just AI to
because
faces.
See, here's the other thing when it comes to protection. You have to get permission to use people's like in that type of thing, especially if you're making money off of it. So if they have like a tattoo or something that they can easily identify that person, you got to get rid of all that.
Yeah, you can blur all that out. I'm sure they can find a way to blur all that out.
They might as well just have robots. I don't know. But I'm sure they can find some type of way. They've been doing this for years. They editors. They can zoom in, but that's a tattoo. That's a piercing. That's a...
Right. And
get that out of there.
And the footage wasn't even that HD back then, so they
Nah, it definitely wasn't. Yeah.
Finesse something and release the documentary for the culture and tell your moms to stop hating on the documentary.
Moms, that's somebody's aunties, that's somebody's grandmas, like especially if they were shaking ass in the 80s. Shaking ass in the 80s?
Call your mom to tell her to stop hating on the release of the documentary, your lawyer, politician mom, and tell them this for the culture, all right? She did it back then for the culture, so do it, right. Let it release it for the culture now.
They're probably looking for a payout. That's all it is. I bet they just band together enough. They'd be like, hey, all right, give me some money. I won't say nothing. So, but yeah, all right.
You got anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, just my Instagram and Twitter. Itty bitty britty. That's it.
It is. Portland, I got a show on the 30th. I wish I could tell y'all the club, but I only been here for 2 weeks and I forgot. I could check on my phone, right? Hold on.
You can check.
Let me plug it. Hold on, let me plug it. But I know it's on the 30th.
If not, we put it across the screen.
Yeah, it's on the 30th, and it's at it's the last laugh Sundays at Bella's Restaurant and Lounge. April 30th. Doors open at 7:30. And the show ends at 11:30. $20 to get in. Pull up. My first show in Portland. My debut. Gonna make y'all laugh. And then,
yeah. So what you thinking about doing? You gonna switch it up? You gonna go back maybe with some older material, try to play it out, or how you feeling?
I've been working on a little material about out here, being out here, and been thinking about ways to flip my DC sniper joke, because I've realized that everybody isn't fully aware of the DC sniper. So, trying to figuring out a little way to flip that, but got some stuff. Depends on how long they give me,
So you don't know.
Nah, not yet. Probably won't figure that out until showtime, because people be showing up, not showing up.
Right. So how many comedians now signed up for?
Shoot, it was a few of us on that card. It was a few of us on there. It looked like about 10 of us on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
So yeah, that, and then y'all can follow me at Big Lee with 3 underscores on all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And then we will holler at y'all next time. I'm 3 hours behind y'all on the East Coast. I'm gonna get the time together.
And you're looking tired. You should be well rested.
A little bit. A little bit, but it's getting dark over here now, so it is dark over here now.
It's probably the weather.
Yeah, that too. It wasn't no sunlight, and it's probably not going to be very much sunlight tomorrow. But Tuesday and Wednesday and the rest of the week is supposed to be in the 70s, so 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
All right.
So yeah, we'll holler at y'all next time, and we out.
All right.